Hey everybody, Jake Levon joining you from the Northeastern State Event Center in Tahlequah, Oklahoma for a little instant reaction for Washburn men's and women's basketball. It was the MIAA opener from the Tahlequah Event Center, and it was not a good day for the Washburn Ichabods. They get swept by the Riverhawks here in Tahlequah. The Washburn women fall 60-53 to the Riverhawks. And the Washburn men lose in overtime, 81-78 to the Riverhawks. Little synopsis on both games. The Washburn women just couldn't put the ball in the hoop, and free throws were a big factor in general today. The Washburn women fall 60-53. The Washburn women and the Riverhawk women were tied up at 24 at the half. And then in the third quarter, the Riverhawks took a 5-point advantage, and they kind of just kept Washburn at bay in the fourth quarter. But the big deal in this one, the Riverhawks made 19 of 20 free throws, and the Ichabod women went 3 of 8. So an advantage of 16 free throws for the Riverhawk women in this one. But the Washburn women just couldn't find the offensive groove, scoring just 53. They were led by player of the game. We gave it to Aubrey Dewey, the junior point guard, 18 points, 3 boards, 3 assists for Dewey. She was very, very good in this one. No other double-figure scores for the Washburn women. The Washburn women are now 3-3 on the year after their first 5 games and 0-1 in conference play. The men's game, it was a dandy. Some high-level basketball between these two teams. At the end of the first half, Washburn trailed 31-28. At the end of regulation, Northeastern State is up 72-70. Freshman Brady Christensen grabs the offensive board, gets fouled, makes both free throws to tie it up at 72 with 20 seconds left. The Riverhawks' last-second shot, no good. So we go to overtime, tied up at 72. In overtime, Riverhawks take a 4-point advantage. But then Washburn ends up tying the game. It's tied up at 78 with 24 seconds left. And the Riverhawks make a move. They shoot a three-pointer, and questionable situation. Looked like it might be a flop. Ballard definitely thought it was a flop in this one. But the refs call it a foul. Makes all 3 free throws. They go up by 3. Three-pointer for the Washburn Ichabods. Tyler Nelson at the buzzer goes no good, and it ends up being a 3-point loss. But how about this? The Ichabods were whistled for 32 fouls in this one. The Riverhawks shoot 42 free throws in this one. They go 26 of 42. A lot of touch fouls. The officials made sure that they were well known in this one, and everybody came to watch them. But they called 32 fouls on Washburn. They called 23 fouls on the Riverhawks. Ichabods were led by Andrew Orr, had 24 points, new career high. Every one of them in the second half. He got 2 fouls early, didn't play much in the first half, and scored 24 in the second half. Michael Keegan had 17 points. He had 15 in the first half. So the Ichabods 2 double-figure scores, but it goes for naught. A lot of questionable calls in this one, including the very, very end. Tough angle to see. If there was a flop, there was no sideline view, just a high-up view for the shot, but it was a tough one for the Washburn Ichabods. Player of the game goes to Andrew Ort, no question. So, little instant recap. Washburn Ichabods get swept. Women lose 60-53 to the Riverhawks. The men lose in overtime 81-78. The next time they'll be in action will be against Emporia State. Turnpike tussle on Saturday at Lee Arena, 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock tip-offs from Lee Arena. That'll do it here for Instant Reaction from the Tahlequah Event Center.